Mangalore is known as one of the pioneers in surfing schools in India,
Yes.
right?
Mangalore has become one of the very few places in India where people specifically come to learn surfing.
And we're lucky to have an ocean which is so safe in Mangalore.
Because surfing is not just catching a wave and riding a surfboard. You need to understand a lot about the ocean. When you enter water, when you go surfing, the ocean doesn't care who you are.
Exactly.
There's no distinction or discrimination in the ocean. You could be the the CEO of a big company, or you could be just a fisherman. The waves are the same.
For everybody, the fear is ocean is dangerous. Ocean is... So we want to take out that fear. Mangalore ocean is the safest. Please come and swim with us.
Now, if you have to scale it, what kind of support are we expecting from the government and the private sector?
The government of India asked us,
Okay.
what's your thing for the next 5 to 10 years?
South Canara, once known for its coastal calm and temple towns, is now emerging on the world map of water adventure culture. From sunrise surfing sessions to stand-up paddling through the backwaters, to global festivals that bring athletes and ocean lovers together, this coastal line is transforming itself into a space of community, movement, and belonging. Join us on the waves of West Coast as we explore the origin, growth, and future of water adventure culture in our region. Welcome back to the Kudla Podcast, where coast meets culture and commerce, a show where we unbox Mangaluru one conversation at a time. I'm M. Atmika Amin, Director and Chairperson of Elevate Brand Mangalore, an initiative by KCCI. So guys, here we have Chirag Shambhu, driven by ideas, fueled by passion, and a person who makes every experience memorable. President at Mangalore Surf Club and Treasurer of Karnataka Surf Association. So we have Ramohan Paranjape here, one of the pioneers of surfing in India. India's first surf photographer, partner at Mantra Surf Club, Vice President at Surfing Federation of India, and the President of Karnataka Surf Association. Thank you so much, guys, for joining us today. And we are so thrilled to know more about one of the newest attraction in our region that is making waves globally. So diving deep into the topic, were you all always water babies and ocean was your comfort zone as a child? Or was it a connection that was developed later on?
I would say definitely we were not. I was not an ocean person to begin with because I grew up in Mysore and in Bangalore in early years of my life. But I was always an outdoor and adventure person. I was always this guy, during my holidays or during my this when I would just go out and explore things around my area, and I always read books on adventure and outdoors.
Yeah.
And eventually somehow I got attracted to surfing in the ocean and free thinking, free living, and that's what drew me to this part of the region.
Okay. Chirag, what do you have to add on to?
For me, I was always an ocean baby. We love to be in the oceans. When I been from Sakleshpur, our holidays was always Mangalore for us.
Okay.
So the minute we had the summer holidays, we used to come here, and there was one resort in Mangalore that always made our dream come true, Summer Sands.
Oh, yes.
So we love to come there, spend about 15 days at the ocean, and we always loved the ocean. Then I went back to studies in Bangalore. Then I did my college back in Mangalore again. So I had a connect with Mangalore somewhere that I would love to come back and settle down. So it happened to me with my kids also who were water babies. So they came back 10 years back. The schooling was done here.
Yeah.
And my son's a surfer now. My daughter is a swimmer. So all of us in the family somehow love the water, and the ocean is nothing like having an ocean next door to your house.
Yeah.
So I've always loved the ocean.
See, hearing from both of you, I mean, considering both of you are not natives of Mangalore or this region, what made you come back to Mangalore or come and decide to stay here and set up what you all are doing?
Yeah, I think for us, our story began from the East Coast, where we had our first introduction to surfing on the East Coast. Although we were coming from Karnataka,
Yeah.
our introduction to surfing happened on the East Coast, and some road trips which we used to do back there with our teacher, Surfing Swami, who's
Okay.
considered as the pioneer of surfing
Yes.
in India, the father figure of surfing in India. So he introduced us to the coastline, the ocean.
Yeah.
He taught us how to swim, and we learned so much from him on these things. And then eventually, the thought was, why don't we settle down in Karnataka? Why don't we find something in our own state?
Yeah.
And on one of those road trips, we came to Mangalore, past Mangalore. We kind of like somehow ended up in Mulki.
Okay.
And once we were there, he felt that this is an absolute beautiful place to kind of like have something set up. And this was back in 2002.
Mm-hmm.
And by 2003, we bought that property, developed. And by 2004, we established like a one small surf club, which was like a very private thing called the Mantra.
Yeah.
And that is how, our journey began here.
And that's where you are at right now.
Yes.
So, Chirag, how did you find your way to come to Mangalore and settle down?
For me, it was always the people and the food, which
Okay.
I love to. I loved your ghee roast, which is a signature dish at Mangalore. So
Yeah.
the food brought me more in
Yes.
with the people.
Yeah.
And once I came in, I met a lot of friends around here,
Mhm.
which we started to do surfing
Okay.
at Tanirbavi Beach too.
Okay.
We were a group of friends who used to go regularly to the beach, just sit there, look at the ocean. Then we said, why don't we start surfing? So we invented our own stuff. We took some thermocol, a piece of wood, go into the ocean and try and stand on it.
Yeah.
That's how Mangalore Surf Club started in 2017. We were a group of 10 friends.
Okay.
And I would like to also mention that we are the only surf club
Okay.
registered under the Societies Act.
Okay.
So it's a club that everybody owns. So we have about 70 members in the club now.
Mhm.
And it's more like a family. So we have kids, we have the women come and surf with us, we have the men come and surf. So it's more a holiday, at the beach when you come every day for us. So we are, operational every day from 6 to 10 in the morning.
Yeah.
So we have a lot of members who come and use the club facilities. We surf
Okay.
regularly at the ocean.
Got it. Ram, you mentioned about how Mantra Surf Club was established in the early 2000s.
Yeah.
That was when I don't think there was surfing happening in this coastal line, right? So, how did that really help you and your team to develop that? How was the community around it? Were they curious? Were they excited? Or was there hesitation? How did you all develop the ecosystem?
Yeah. No, I think for us, when we started off, it was very small. It was very in-house. None of us had any clue that, this would take off the way it's today.
Okay.
It was just an activity which we all enjoyed. It was part of our lifestyle, back at Mantra. And the community was like, all the locals
Yeah.
were, they were very taken back. They didn't understand who are these guys, who are walking with surfboards in the
Yeah.
town.
Yeah.
And would go to the ocean. Who goes to the ocean in the morning, spend 2-3 hours in the sun, come back. Oh, this is something which we used to do. So a lot of them just watch us with a lot of curiosity.
Yeah.
But eventually, yeah, it took a lot of time. We built an ecosystem in the sense that we connected with the outside world.
Okay.
A lot of people found us through our blog, which was
Okay.
very active.
Okay.
A lot of media came in, a lot of travel magazines and travel portals, online portals started covering that, hey, in India, you could go and surf in Mangalore.
Okay.
And these are the guys who could go. And our story also had a lot of fascination in terms of our lifestyle and our connection with actual, something which was very unique to India, spiritual, the yoga, the holistic living, all these things. So this was all unheard of outside of India. Otherwise, normally surfing is seen as, oh, these are just beach bums, who have a good time on the beach. And coming from India, with surfing, we added something very uniqueness from India, from this region, which was very fascination for a lot of foreign travelers who would come in early years. And that's how it slowly began. And from there on, it just took on from one thing to another.
Yeah, I think it's great how you mentioned that initially it was just for a close, tight-knit community. And then with a lot of demand that you saw in terms of requirement, you'll open it up to other people to come and join as well.
Yes, absolutely. Right? Yeah, I think after some media stories which came out, which went viral, a lot of inquiries started coming in through our blog.
What was that run point where you got that? See, from moving from like close knit to opening it up, there must have been something that really helped you open your doors, right?
I think this was back in 2007. This was when the Huffington Post, correspondent based out of Delhi, he found our, blog website where we had a lot of things about surfing in India generally. You could surf in Mangaluru, you could surf in Kerala, we travel a lot.
Yes.
So we would always come back with a lot of pictures and stories, and we would publish it as a blog. So he found this as very interesting. He flew down to Mangalore, came and stayed with us and did the first story. And that was the turning point.
Which year was it?
This was back in 2007.
2007.
So
that's when you'll open doors to others also coming and...
we didn't immediately open the doors, although the requests started coming in. We were initially very apprehensive to open like our doors to just strangers who we don't know, because back then we didn't think surfing would take off. We didn't see it as any commercial activity, or we didn't even think from a tourism perspective back then. So this was just like, why would people want to come and stay with us and do what we do? We are very, our lifestyle was very different. I think, but it actually clicked. And after over a year, someone from our community convinced, our teachers, Swamiji, that maybe this could lead to something big in the future. Without compromising who we are as a club, as a community. So then finally we opened our doors, and people started coming in slowly, and that's how we built mantra.
So with that, I would say, like, I just want to know, like, how has it evolved from 2007 to now? What's the number of individuals who come right now to? I'm sure we have a lot of institutions, right? Because it's been more than 20 plus years right now. So how many institutions are there in and around our region? And what is the footfall in terms of people coming in and taking up these training programs?
I think over the years, we've seen there has been a tremendous growth in terms of surf tourism or tourism related around water sports. And I think today we're looking at around close to 15 plus operators in the region. And almost on a yearly basis, 2 or 3 gets added on. So it's been a steady growth.
How many visitors do we have on regular basis just taking up these training programs?
About 20,000 to 30,000 people who visit during the season.
And what time of the year is something that is the best in terms of weather and the waves?
Basically, it's the post-monsoon. So from October first week onwards, depending on the rains, we start the learning classes. Goes up to May end. And January, February, March is a very good time for learners because the waves are
much better. Easier for the beginners?
Much calmer. You don't get the big ones. And May is a better time for us to have the competitions. Just before the monsoons.
And you mentioned about being January, February being very good for even beginners. So are you saying that surfing is something that even non-swimmers or somebody like as a beginner can also take up small programs?
Yes, definitely. More than even the kids who are at the age of 8, 9, who can come without you don't know swimming, but you want to get into the water, enjoy it, because as being kids, they love the waters. So we put them on a life jacket and take them with the boat. And it's absolutely comfortable. And we're lucky to have an ocean which is so safe in Mangalore. It's a beauty. The ocean is and the ocean is also safe, and it's really nice to be on this coast to learn surfing.
Apart from surfing, what are the other water sports activities that are that have been developed here, and now they're doing really well or has become prominent among our local region and also people coming in from outside?
So other than surfing, we have the SUP now,
Okay.
which is a big thing for us.
Okay.
And then we have the bodyboarding. Then we have the backwater kayaking.
Okay.
And then we have the sailing also now, which has just started about a year back.
Chirag, you mentioned about SUP, right?
Right.
Could you just elaborate a little more on
So
that?
SUP means it's the full form is stand-up paddle.
Okay.
So basically, it's a bigger board compared to a surfboard,
Okay.
where people stand up and paddle in and paddle out.
And that's only in the backwaters, is it?
No, you can do it on the ocean also.
Okay.
You can do it on the ocean also and the backwaters also.
Okay. And that's also as prominent as surfing.
Yes.
Okay.
A lot of them love to do.
Okay.
It's more fitness doing paddle than the surfing.
Than the surfing?
Yeah.
Okay. So you mean like it's harder than surfing?
Yeah, I don't consider it harder. It's more challenging.
Is it because the balancing act?
Yes.
Okay.
And it's also as a fact, so stand-up paddling is one of the fastest growing water sports in the world.
Okay.
Because across categories, ages, age groups,
Mm-hmm.
and across all water bodies, one can perform paddling, one can do paddling.
Okay.
So unlike surfing is very limited to the waves and the conditions. You need to have certain kind of conditions which are suitable for surfing.
Okay.
But with paddling, anyone can do anywhere.
Okay.
You can do it in the rivers, you can do it in small lakes and ponds, and if you're really good, then you can even venture into sea, open sea.
Okay.
So it's a it's a very inclusive as a water sport, and that's the reason why we see that it's growing tremendously in the last 2-3
And the
decades.
speed at which it's growing is faster than surfing?
Faster, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. You also mentioned about bodyboarding and the sailing.
Club.
Yeah.
So bodyboarding is it's a bodyboard which is more fun with the waves, basically.
Okay.
So you, go into the water
Okay.
and you drive down with the waves. So it's more fun for the kids,
Yeah.
for people who want to just have a feel of the ocean before they want to surf, or if they have the fear of water.
Yeah.
So we put them on the bodyboard, make them comfortable with the ocean. And once that is there, then we get them into surfing or paddling. And sailing is just started. It's been about a year and a half now. The Karnataka Coastal Sailing Club.
Mhm.
They operate from Kodur,
Okay.
and they sail at the backwaters and at the ocean.
Okay.
So it's a new sport right now
Yeah.
in Mangalore that has
Okay.
been. So not many are still aware of it. So we would love to get people into sailing, and it's basically windsurfing.
Okay.
So it's more wind that we have that you
Yeah.
can surf better. So sailing's nicer in the evenings and surfing's better in the mornings.
Okay. Now, with all these surfing schools that we have in the academy, that we have in the club as well, so we have trainers. And these schools, do they have to be certified?
Absolutely. I think the one thing which has really made surfing popular is because safety around it. Safety and having good instructors.
Yeah.
All these years.
Correct.
So what we've done is all the surf schools and whoever the trainers or the instructors are, they're all certified by International Surfing Association's program,
Okay.
which makes all the instructors to go through that program,
Okay.
which is a globally recognized
Recognized.
certification program.
Okay.
So once you get certified, your ISA level 1, if you do that certification, then you're eligible to become an instructor
Okay.
and teach surveys.
Okay.
And not just here in India, even if you step out of the country, you can get a lot of employment opportunities in around the world.
Yeah.
The certification is recognized. So it's a must for all the surf schools to have ISA certified instructors. So as a lot of people sign up for these kind of courses, what they do, you know that you're getting the right training and instructions.
Got it. So even as a participant, they get a certification?
Yes, we offer, some of the surf schools are academies, where we are offering something for like a 5-day completion course or a 7-day intermediate course. Like they have finished that, they get a recognition from the school.
Okay.
We assess what they did right. We assess what they could probably improve on their next visit.
Yeah.
So the instructor assess and just gives them a token of, like an appreciation.
Yeah. You mentioned about 3-day and 5 days. So I just want to know, like, if it's a beginner, what's the minimum number of days that might be required to be able to surf?
Yeah.
Rather than
No, I think a lot of the surf schools have very similar structure in offering courses. I think 3-day and 5-day is like most likely your Discover Surfing program.
Okay.
So you learn a lot about surfing, as in what's a surfboard, what kind of surfboard are you using, and what do you need to do in the water to catch your waves, your balance, your pop-ups, and riding the wave, and all these things is what you learn in the 3-day and the 5-day course. But then there's also courses which we do, like a 7-day, 10-day, and a 15-day courses, which is more on you really get into the details of surfing. Because surfing is not just catching a wave and riding a surfboard. You need to understand a lot about the ocean. So in those intermediate courses, we teach you, what's happening in the water. How do you read ocean? How do you read waves, the tides, the currents, and all these things, which will help you indirectly to become a better surfer. So better ocean knowledge helps you become a better surfer. So that's something which we cover in the longer courses.
Okay. I don't know swimming. And if I had to consider surfing, what can it be? How would I get out of that fear?
So I think what we've seen over the years is that, a lot of the people who come down to learn surfing or go out trying stand-up paddling or kayaking, most of these guys are non-swimmers.
Okay.
And we have a lot of people, coming from across the country who don't have access to the sea, or, who might have not ever, learned how to swim.
Correct.
And that's what makes this region also very special. It's a place which is offering, our beaches, our rivers are, very good for beginners, for non-swimmers to get into, try all these water sports. Whether it's surfing, paddling, kayaking. So this is where a lot of them have gone abroad. They've tried surfing in Bali, Australia. They come back. Oh, we had a bad experience.
Okay.
The ocean was too rough. We were thrown off. It was scary.
Okay.
I almost decided that I will never ever take up surfing again. But then when they come here, they're like, "Oh no, this was so easy. This was so easy." And we came over that phobia, that bad experience we had abroad.
Okay.
And that's the wonderful thing about this
I
region.
think then not just Mangaluru people, then the ocean is also very friendly and approachable.
Very friendly.
Okay. Yeah. Mangalore is known as one of the pioneers in surfing schools in India, right? So I think we have one of the best academies around.
Right.
So I think for beginners, this is the place to definitely come.
Post-COVID, Mangalore has become one of the very few places in India where people specifically come to learn surfing. There are a lot of other places are also very popular in India, but they are also a bit touristy. A lot of tourists go there for other reasons, and they see surfing and then they take up surfing. They sign up for surfing lessons. Whereas Mangalore, people specifically are coming for surfing. They are specifically coming with their family or with their friends to spend that weekend or even longer duration, like a week or 10 days, so that they can just get introduced to surfing, get introduced to other water sports and the culture and all these things in the past few years, post-COVID.
Yeah, I'll give you an example. Actually, I happened to meet some people recently, two individuals who came down to Mangalore for a weekend of surfing. And now they've set their business from Mangalore. They moved base. So we just realized that surfing could just be a recreational activity, and then they love the culture and everything else that Mangalore has to offer. They moved their base from, another metro city to Mangalore, which is a tier 2 city. But, what is stopping any of us going global? Sitting in Mangalore, you can go global even with your companies, right? So that really makes us feel content that we Mangaloreans are approachable, friendly, and, there's so much to offer in terms of having a balanced life. Who can actually go surfing in the morning, walk throughout the day, and probably catch a sunset in the evening?
Yes.
Which city can you do that, right? So, with such a huge community that we have built, right? Over 2 decades now is what I understand. 2000, early 2000, 2017. But over 2 decades, we've been building a large community. I want to know if there are any local surfers or stand-up paddlers who have represented our region in national or international platforms. Do you all have any successful stories of this kind?
Over the years, we've had one of the girls, from Mulki. She went on to become one of the best stand-up paddlers in the country.
Wow.
And she won a lot of national events. Eventually, she started representing the country for a few years at the world stage.
Yes.
This was back in 2015 to 2018. She did very well.
Okay.
And today she's an entrepreneur herself. She started her own school in Udupi. Then in the last few years, we've had few other young kids who come and really are doing very well in surfing at the national circuit, and they have the potential to even start representing the country in the future.
Okay.
So all this, there's been few athletes down the from Mangaluru. There was a couple of girls from Puttur who actually were were very good with swimming.
Okay.
And they came into surfing, and they were dominating the scene in the nationals for a few years.
Okay.
So there's been quite a few talent coming from this region, and I hope with going forward under the Karnataka Surfing Association, there's going to be a lot more programs at the grassroots level.
Okay. So with this, what I understand is it's not just the community that you're building, but we're growing the community at large, right?
Right.
So
I think there is a huge potential with surfing and the water sport ecosystem. That it's a great alternate source of income for the community, for the fishermen community in this region. It can a lot of them have an opportunity to start their own businesses and become entrepreneurs in this line. There's a huge scope. And also a lot of our beaches and this region has become safer as well. With a lot of surfing coming along the coastline, and automatically the beaches are very well taken care. Now, common public can enter these spaces, knowing that surfers are there if something goes wrong to rescue them. So there's a whole ecosystem which is developing around surfing as an employment opportunity, to become athletes. Now that surfing is an Olympic sport. Surfing is an Olympic sport. It's been recognized as an Olympic sport. Even the government of India is very keen to put in a lot of support behind surfing.
Do you have anybody from our region who's currently at least being worked on to represent? Okay, I see smiles. So we have quite a few maybe. Is that why you're... Okay.
Especially at Mantra, we have this Puja brothers.
Okay.
They came from that region, from that Mulki region, from who really picked up on surfing in the last few years. They have a lot of potential to, if they do the right things now, I think they have a good potential to represent India in the future. So there are some things which we're working on.
Okay, that's interesting because I think that will really bring us to the global map.
Absolutely.
Right?
And from Karnataka, we have Ramesh Budial now, who's been the third in the Asian surfing competition, which was just held in Mahabalipuram.
Okay.
So he's from Karnataka.
So now we're talking about so many with like all these national and international recognitions. We're extremely proud, and our hats off to the entire team. You guys, together with over 2 decades of experience, growth. I'm sure it's a lot of hard work and consistently making sure that we're developing this ecosystem. Right? We are so proud to actually host national and international festivals right here in our region. And we're bringing in so many people here to Mangalore, right? So I want to know from you, Chirag, what are the different types of festivals that we have?
So we do 2 events in a year in the calendar. So one is the Denden Sea Swim, which happens every year on January 26th.
Okay.
The story behind Denden is there is a ship that was sunk in 2007 at Tanir Bavi. So that ship's name was MV Denden.
Okay.
So when we surf over there, the shipwreck can be seen. So we started to swim around the shipwreck ourselves for a year and a half to see what it is all about. So then we thought, why don't we start swimming competition around the wreck? So we named it as Denden Sea Swim. And we've also slowly started extending the swim course. Basically, it was 3 kilometers, then 5 kilometers. Now this year we are doing an 8 kilometer swim. Yes.
So it's open to the global participation, right?
Yeah, we're open to all. And we have age groups also. So we have kids who are, below 8. We don't allow. Above 8 onwards is what.
We have different categories for that.
Yes, we have 500 meters, 250 meters is a fun swim. So you want everybody, because people like Ram is saying, who don't have the access of ocean, they've always swam in the pool.
Correct.
So they want to get a feel of the ocean. So we have 250 meters fun swim for kids.
Okay.
So they get into the ocean, swim and come back. So 250, 500, 2 kilometers,
Okay.
4 kilometers, 6 and 8
Okay.
is what we have.
Now that you're promoting about this activity,
Right, yeah.
I think a lot of people who are interested would go.
Yeah, and we want to let people know. For everybody, the fear is ocean is dangerous. Ocean is... So we want to take out that fear. Mangalore ocean is the safest. Please come and swim with us.
That's wonderful.
The other one which happens is the triathlon.
Triathlon.
Yeah,
okay.
which is big right now.
Okay.
That is also the third edition in
Okay.
January 11th is what they're having.
January 11th. Okay.
Yes, they have it. So that's basically, clubbed with the beach festival, food festival, and the triathlon.
Okay.
So it's a 3-day gala festival that happens on the beach.
Okay.
And there's music in the evenings.
Okay.
And the triathletes are, it's competitive again.
Okay. So what does it include?
Yeah, so it in a triathlete, swimming is 2 kilometers.
Okay.
You run 10 kilometers and cycle 40 kilometers.
Okay.
So it's half Ironman basically.
Okay.
Triathlon is the half of Ironman.
Okay.
So in the triathlon also we get a lot of international tourists which have been participating in it
Okay.
from the last 2 years.
Okay.
It is conducted by Tapasya.
Okay.
It's a cancer care
Okay.
hospital.
So it's for a cause.
Yeah, it's for
Okay.
a cause. What
Okay.
their charity, what they're
Okay.
doing.
Ram, you were mentioning earlier about the other international and national festivals.
Yeah.
If you could run us through that.
So we've been mostly associated with surfing and been doing surfing events for the longest time.
Yes.
And Mangalore has been on the map for a very long time.
Yeah.
We started off with Indian Open of Surfing in the early years to set up a national platform or a national event for the top ranked Indian surfers.
Okay.
And I think the first 2 editions were very successful, was more like a festival also.
Yeah.
For us as well.
Okay.
Then post COVID, we kind of pulled it down into more competitiveness as a sport. But it's been 6 editions of Indian Open of Surfing,
Wonderful.
focusing more on surfing and athlete development.
Yeah.
Showcasing that Mangalore also has good waves.
Yes.
One is that a lot of people think Mangalore has really gentle waves for beginners.
Okay.
But by the time we get into May, just before monsoons, and
Yeah.
when the monsoons are just about to hit the coast, we also get some really big competitive waves, which is great for competitive.
Yeah, that's what Chirag mentioned that time.
yeah.
I clearly remember. He's like, January, February is for you because you're a beginner. But we would love it in the month of May because that's right before monsoon,
Right.
where it's very competitive,
Yeah,
right?
yeah. That's the time we hold the Indian Open of Surfing.
Okay.
So far, we've had 6 editions of Indian Open of Surfing.
Okay.
And it's a very important stop in the national championships.
Okay.
So all the surfers come down here because they need to get their points, for the national champion crown. So there's a series of stops.
Okay.
So, the first event takes off in Kerala in the month of March somewhere.
Okay.
And by the May, when we just before the monsoons, this Mangalore happens to be the second stop.
Okay.
They collect certain points here. And all the action shifts to the East Coast,
Okay.
where there's a series of events.
Okay.
So by the end of the championship tour, a top ranked surfer who comes up at the top of the ranking, is the national champion of that particular category.
Oh, okay. So then he or she needs to participate in all these
these
stops,
events, yeah.
and then their ranking will give them a cumulative ranking to be able to be honored with that
Yes.
crown. Oh,
And then, we know who's your top
Yeah.
5 or
Yeah.
top 10
Yeah.
something.
Yeah.
And from there, we take them and train them further for the international events and so on. So Indian Open Surfing is a very important.
This is only for Indian nationals or even global.
It's mostly for Indian surfers, but we also have at times some foreign participation, but they don't get the rankings. Though.
They don't get the
They don't get the rankings.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay. Well, that's interesting because it's great that these surfers get to go to the east and the west coast as well.
Right.
Yeah.
And then it adds value to all the regions and at the same time adds value for them because they get different types of waves also,
Exactly.
right?
Each place offers very different kind of
Different,
waves,
yes.
different challenges.
Correct.
So you can just have one surfing event and you can't say he's the best surfer.
Yeah.
So they need more exposure. They need to surf very different kind of waves.
Yeah.
So that they become a very well-rounded surfer in the end.
Got it.
So-
So that's interesting. I think Mangalore is already organizing so many national and
Yes.
international festivals, right?
And from there, in the last few years post-COVID, we really wanted to bring an international event,
Okay.
like of a international scale, and especially to promote stand-up paddling.
Okay.
So we know that going forward, stand-up paddling could be included in the Olympics.
Okay.
There's a possibility in the next, 5-10 years, stand-up paddling could be included in some of the bigger, larger sporting events globally.
Okay.
And for that, we wanted to kind of like highlight Mangalore, highlight this coastal, area as a potential stand-up paddling region in the country.
Yeah.
For that thing, we collaborated with APP, which is the governing body of the Association of Paddling Professionals.
It's called Association of Paddle Festival.
Paddle Professionals.
Professionals. Okay. APP.
Yeah, APP. So they organize global scale SUP events.
Okay.
And we brought them to India.
Yeah.
And we kind of like started having these, large scale paddling events in Mangalore, which had a lot of international participation, over a dozen countries from Southeast Asia, from Europe and North America. And we're the best of the athletes coming down from all these countries, which really, again, highlighted this region's potential as a great destination for paddling. With all these backwaters and the ocean and the mangroves and beautiful coconut trees and all of that. So it was just very, very scenic.
Yeah.
And all that.
Also competitive, right?
Also very competitive, yeah. So all these athletes who came down from all these different parts of the world, they really appreciated Mangalore, its natural beauty and all that.
Yeah.
So we've had two really good editions, and we want to prepare for the next year going forward. We want to do it at a larger scale, have more participants come down.
Which time of the year generally is this organized?
So this is we plan it in the month of Feb or March, just before the summer, so that it's not too hot.
Okay.
And it's also ideal time of the year in Mangalore.
Good for the sport as well, in terms of the waves. And this is done in the backwaters or in the ocean?
Stand-up paddling is a mix of, the circuit is like a very interesting circuit, which is what the athletes really love. Because when they come here, they get to, the course is set in such a way that they start off in the ocean, they fight the currents, they go and make a turn, and they enter the estuary, where the river is joining the sea. So they have to paddle against the current or with the current. And then they come down and go down the river. They go around the island in Shambhavi. So they get to see the mangroves. They get to see a lot of flora and fauna as well. And they come back into the open ocean and again finish at the beach.
Oh, that's a long circuit.
It's a long circuit. It's a very interesting circuit because it keeps changing every 50 meters.
Yeah, exactly. Because the current and everything.
All that.
The waves also are very different based on where they are. Okay.
Yeah.
And how have we seen the statistics improve in the past? You said 2 editions?
Yeah, we have had 2 editions so far.
And what's the kind of participation that we've gotten?
I think both editions had a similar participation numbers. We had about 30 international paddlers. And domestic, we had about actually less. Domestic was around 20 to 25. So we had more international paddlers than the Indian paddlers. But that was the whole point, was to like really push the sport in India. Make paddling more fun and more participative.
Easily accessible also.
Yeah.
And all of this is through word of mouth or through our publicity or through the fact that there's affiliation of associations, right?
Yeah, there's affiliation of associations and we collaborate on these kind of big events.
Correct.
And they see India also as a big upcoming destination for water sports. Or these kind of activities.
Yes.
And Mangalore again tops the list as a place where you could go and have this wonderful experience. And that's the idea behind all these events which we are trying to do.
You mentioned about how there's affiliation of associations. So all these academies and the club and everything, are you all affiliated to any national or international associations that support the entire structure and ecosystem?
Yes, absolutely. I think all the surf schools and academies of the community, we are all accredited to the Surfing Federation of India. This is the apex governing body for the sport of surfing, stand-up paddling in India, which has been recognized by the International Surfing Association. That's the global governing body. So just like any other sport, we are all the schools and academies get affiliated to the National Federation, and the National Federation itself comes under the International Global.
And it is mandatory, right? That all the associations, the academies, the clubs have to be affiliated to the Indian Federation of Surf Federation.
Now with the Karnataka Association coming,
which has just been formed. So there'll be more of affiliations of local clubs which happens with Karnataka Association, and then we represent them in the
In the
Surfing Federation.
Got it.
Yeah.
Okay, so we have both of you representing our region at the Karnataka Surf Association.
Right.
That really helps our Mangalore region to be able to be voicing our opinion and also being able to present to bring in more such activities to our region,
In a
right?
bigger scale.
Bigger. But now that you mentioned that Karnataka Surf Association is working towards bringing all the bodies together, all the academies, the clubs together. Yeah, I think even the domestic participation is going to increase. The fact that you all mentioned that there's so many people coming into Mangalore and our region for be it getting trained, they can be beginners, they can be pros who are participating in national and international. I want to understand how convenient it has been for such people, like all these participants, to come to Mangalore, and how do they go about with the entire, because it's not just about coming and attending, right? There's so much more to it. So how comfortable was it?
See, Mangalore right now has got very good connectivity. In the last 5 years, if we have direct flights from Delhi, Mumbai, Bangalore, Chennai.
Correct.
So we have connectivity with very good flights. People can just fly over. It's about 2.5, 3 hours.
Correct.
And we have the train connectivity now. From Bangalore, we have the lovely route that is the Vista Dome that travels. Then from here, we have Vande Bharat, which goes to the Kerala, Goa. So we have connectivity wise, and we have bus connectivity on road, which is also very good. Pune, Goa, Mumbai, Bangalore. So we're well connected, in fact. So anybody can choose one of the transport and come to Mangalore. You don't have to think.
Not too hard to get yourself here in Mangalore.
24 hours you're in Mangalore. Wherever you are, you're in Mangalore.
Absolutely. I think then, after the connectivity comes the stay and accommodation part.
Correct.
I think over the years, in the last few years, there's been a range of options which have come up. Now, even for us, like somewhere in Mulki, which is a little away from the city, there's some wonderful beach homes, Airbnbs, serviced apartments have come up, which are offering, the travelers, people who are specifically coming for surfing. There are all these options. Apart from the ones we, like as in-house, we have our own accommodation setups as well.
Okay.
So, so they have, which covers all different ranges.
Yes.
There are hostel setups now in Mulki. For a budget traveler. Then we have our, the mid-range is there. And there's also premium accommodation is available in and around Mulki and along the beaches and all that. So that's a wonderful development which I've seen from years ago. There's nothing available in town. So that's a good thing.
And once you come in, then you think of the food.
Which better place than Bangalorean cuisine, right?
Yes. You have lovely restaurants. You have the old restaurants, the Narayana, the Giri Panja, the Machli.
Correct.
Now you have the new ones that is coming. The cuisine is, as it is, the best of seafood you can get. And the ghee roast is a signature dish in Bangalore. Your kori roti, chicken gravy. So, people have so many choices when they come in, and you get the South Indian food.
Yes.
So it's a club of,
it's a
mix
package of all.
a mix of all.
Even you like
and not to forget your Paba's ice cream.
Oh,
Yes, that is a must try.
Definitely.
So
Award-winning
ice
cream as well, right?
And not to forget the local thing, which is very big, the Aji Mane and Butter Mane. It's very big.
Exactly.
It's like, it was only not the locals, now a
Yeah,
lot of
throughout you have a hotel name Aji Mane Butter Mane.
it's all added to that authentic experience of a local place.
See, we just have two of you who have moved from different cities to Mangalore, made Mangalore your home. So, totally a testament to the fact that, you can surf in the morning, work throughout the day, and probably catch the sunset in the evening and have a peaceful sleep in the night.
It's a good work-life balance.
Oh, yes, definitely. I remember this one time I was traveling somewhere and I saw a group of people who looked like they were ready to get into the water. So then I just so happened to say that, hey, I see that you're in that Bangalore flight. What is that you all are heading for? And instantly they said, Mulki, we're going to the surfing school. So I was like, okay, there are so many people who are aware of it, right? So there's already so much awareness that is created in the national and international platforms. Now, if you have to scale it, what kind of support are we expecting from the government and the private sector?
The government has been quite supportive over the years in funding all these events which we've been doing.
Okay.
And they've been very proactive He'll listen to us
Yeah.
on what can be done,
Yeah.
what kind of support is required.
Correct.
But there's definitely a lot more can be done. I
Yeah.
think there's a lot more potential in our region.
Yeah.
We look at it. And we need more infrastructure. I always stress that that our beaches need more infrastructure.
Yes.
Our beaches need better branding, better visibility.
Yeah.
This needs to be this needs to happen, and it's not just the government. I think it's a collective effort.
Yes.
Like how you all come here together to elevate brand Mangalore.
Yeah.
I think we need private partnership and participation as well.
Yes. Water sports adventure, I think tourism has now picked up so much here that really will enhance everything else also. Right? It's one that ripple effect, right?
Right,
It is
that's
the adventure part of it. It's the MSMEs.
Right.
It's the educational tourism. It's the medical tourism. It's everything that gives value. Then the food and the culture is good. People are warm over here. So I think like just the two of you, non-Mangaloreans, moving to Mangalore, setting base here,
Yeah.
and providing us Mangaloreans to learn something, stand-up paddling itself is such a great. For me to have this conversation with the two of you makes me believe that Mangalore has so much to offer that you two have decided Mangalore is your home.
Yeah.
Now I do not have to tell you all are non-Mangaloreans, you all are Mangaloreans, right? That's how it is. We already speak Tulu and Kannada. So I think it really adds value to our region.
Right.
And do you all have any specific instances where you guys have collaborated with other industries to support your initiative of any festivals that have happened?
When it comes to surfing,
Yeah.
our water sports is only not that for us. So, like he was talking about tourism,
Yes.
there's so many people who come in, the homestays that have been
Yeah.
opened. So
Yeah.
they have their own business there where they
Yeah.
get people stay.
Yeah.
I mean, look at the culture, food, like
Yeah.
what we're saying.
Yeah.
Then we do a lot of ocean cleanup. Every year we do
Okay.
the beach cleanup.
Okay.
That is a big initiative by all the surf clubs
Schools
and schools.
collectively.
Yeah. So we keep the ocean also clean. It's
Yes.
not that only we surf and come out and go back.
Sustainability
Yes,
is important.
yes. Because whatever we are doing, it has to be clean. So,
Yes.
I mean, and we do it regularly.
Okay.
So when we do this beach cleanup, we associate with a lot of NCC,
Yeah.
schools, the NSS, all these people, and we take them for a day and get the beach cleanup done.
Yes.
Or we have a lot more other fitness team that comes in on a Sunday and
Okay.
helps us do the like your round table, which is
Yeah.
there in Mangalore now, which
Okay.
does the initiative.
Yes.
Last 2 weeks back, we had one event by the Vertex, which was done.
Okay.
So they did a beach cleanup.
Okay.
So like this, we have different organizations which come up to us and say we want to do a cleanup. So you tell us the date. So
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
nice
Yeah.
when everybody is involved.
Correct.
in
So
it.
I think it's also a process of knowledge sharing in that process.
We also have a lot of tech companies that are coming in. They want to do a work-life balance. So in the mornings, they're planning to organize a few surf classes.
Like an offsite.
Yes, offsite where they have surf session in the morning, breakfast on the beach, and
Yes.
get back to work.
Okay.
So we Boss, which had organized their
Okay.
we have the Vertex, which has been getting the companies do work-life balance, like I said, offshore events, and even people who've come from outside.
Yeah.
They love to be on the beach early morning,
Yeah.
have a surf, breakfast, and get back to work. It makes you more fresh. You're more productive at work.
Okay.
That's what the companies feel. I think now it's better to get them onto the ocean.
Chirag rightly said, I think that's a very important aspect that the tech and collaboration with surfing and surfing lifestyle is going to be very important, and as well as individuals, people who over the years have really come looking for surfing has been very incredible. I think it started off with in 2013 when we got Jonty Rhodes.
Okay.
That was a very surfing enthusiast.
Okay.
His introduction to surfing in India happened through Mangalore and through Mantra.
Okay.
So that was the thing. And when he came down to Mangalore in 2013, it was the talk of the town. The legendary Jonty is here in town. And he's surfing here in the tower, at our beaches.
Yeah.
We took him to Panambur. We took him around Mangalore.
Okay.
And ever since then, he keeps coming often to surf in this region. Last year, Nitin Kamak, the founder, he kind of contacted and he said,
Yeah.
Ram, I want to come down. Heard so much about Mangaluru. It's all about surfing.
Yeah.
So I'm coming to town and I would take me to surfing. And,
Yeah.
he had a lovely time.
Yeah.
His entire family loved
Okay.
surfing.
Okay.
And there's similar few individuals from the
Yes.
cricketing fraternity,
Correct.
and there is some few individuals from Bollywood.
Yeah.
So all
yeah.
these
Yeah.
people have really enjoyed surfing, and like
Yeah.
Sunirana is like as another
Yeah.
been a huge supporter of surfing scene
Yeah.
For decades now.
Okay.
So this really kind of adds value
Yeah.
to town and to the potential of all what we are trying to do.
Correct. Now, if somebody has to like sign up for a crash course on various water sports activities, is there like a portal that you check and then you get all these various academies available, or do they like reach out individually?
I think what's happened in the recent years is the social media has really
Picked up.
and has really blown up this region, which is really good, which is what we needed.
Yeah.
Actually, otherwise people always thought, hey, beach means they always thought about either Goa or Kerala, and we are sitting right in between. With the most pristine beaches and, the
Covered.
yeah,
Peaceful.
yeah. And lately with the social media, all this, and we've had some of the best content creators and biggest influencers, YouTubers who come to Mangalore, who come down to Mulki.
And they explore.
They explore it. They made some amazing content around the region, and people, when they see that, they're like, "Hare, I never heard about Mulki. Let me go there, check it out."
Yeah.
So I think that's been very helpful. The social media has always been
So people reach out to you directly.
Yes.
directly.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
And obviously through our websites, we have very good website which has all the information. So all they need to is just go to the website. They'll find all different courses.
So-
what a non-swimmer needs to do. All the information is right there.
So now with having the association in place, so
yeah.
we're planning to get in all the surf schools
I
with
know
their
that.
numbers, and so if somebody goes into that,
Yeah.
they get the choices where they're
And
closer
that
to.
gives them content in terms of what needs to be done prior to coming. What are the things that they need to bring along with them?
Definitely.
Okay, so you're trying to bring all the surfing schools under one platform.
Yes, yes.
As well. Now that we've spoken about so many different water sports, is there any other water sports activities that you think are not ventured into and has amazing potential for us to add in our region?
As far as now, whatever we spoke, most of them were non-motorized water sports.
Yeah.
So there is a lot of scope for motorized water sports also, like your jet skis. You have your parasailing,
Yeah.
you have your banana rides,
Yeah.
you have your
Speedboats.
speed boats, you have your bumper rides. So all these rides,
All the fun stuff.
Yeah. Well, so these are also a big potential
Okay.
in Mangalore to
Okay.
start.
Okay. Do you
Yes.
see us as this region getting into that in the near future?
Definitely.
Actually,
sure.
so I think that's going to happen very soon with more beaches getting better infrastructure coming
Yes,
along of the beaches. I
Yeah.
think there's going to be some operators who will get into motorized sports as well.
Okay.
And from a surfing perspective, I see that going forward, we will see a lot more innovation and technology coming into surfing. In a sense, we might, be looking into wave pools in the future
Okay.
as well. Which is wave
What
pools.
is a wave pool?
The wave pools are something which is gonna be happening in a controlled environment. It's like a larger swimming pool,
Okay.
or like you might have seen in an amusement park where there's a big water body, but
Okay.
it's all controlled
Okay.
and it generates waves.
Oh.
It's a mechanized waves coming
Okay.
in.
Okay.
So what that's gonna do is it's gonna address 2-3 issues what we're gonna have. One is during the monsoon, the entire is shut down.
Correct. Here we don't have to worry because it's all.
It's in the wave pool. So now those
Yeah.
3 to 4 months are going to open up for
Okay.
the surf operators.
Yeah.
And secondly, there's still a large section of people, population who are still not comfortable in water, who still don't have that confidence to get in the water or learn surfing.
Yeah.
But now if it's a wave pool,
Yeah.
where the water is only about 2 to 3 feet or max 4 feet, where you can just stand up.
Correct.
It could be a great introduction for someone to get into surfing
Yes.
and start their journey from the wave pool. And
Maybe
then
that's what I'm going to sign up for.
so there is that, because
Yeah.
there's a huge
Potential.
which is happening globally.
Yeah, because the mind set also that time,
Exactly,
right?
definitely.
The
Yeah.
fact that before getting into the ocean, if you have some trial, then I think it
fun.
will
Yeah.
add more
More.
people trying this
Yeah.
sport.
Yes.
So now with the popularity of surfing, especially post-COVID, there was
Yeah.
a big boom in surfing globally.
Okay.
And surfing becoming an Olympic sport also added a lot of curiosity amongst a lot of younger population around the world,
Yeah.
who love surfing or who love to surf. And that's where, there's a lot of innovation technology coming in with wave pools.
Okay.
So I think even Mangalore can
that's-
probably take the
Yeah,
lead in
yeah,
that
yeah,
as well
exactly, yeah.
and
Yeah.
become the
Big.
first place,
And this is
city to
not
offer that.
available at the moment in
No.
India.
It's not available at the moment,
Okay.
but it is something where we are getting approached by a lot of international wave pool companies
Okay.
who are exploring, again, who heard about Mangalore,
Okay.
and they're thinking, hey, do you guys see potential for a wave pool?
Got it.
And so on. So there is definitely that is probably one of the future,
Yes.
one of those things. Secondly, I see there could be, some other futuristic water sports like foiling might come into.
Foiling, you said?
Foiling is when
Okay.
it's like a smaller surfboard, but it's
Okay.
attached to a foil, like a longer fin,
Okay.
and it rises up as it gets pulled by some force.
Okay.
It could be wind, it could be current, or it could be some other motorized boat which might be
Okay.
pulling that.
Okay.
So that's a very exciting. It's a very fast-growing water sport at the moment.
Okay.
It's difficult to master it,
Okay.
but it is very exciting, and I'm sure. I was just doing some research that again, Mangalore, our backwaters and our setup is very suitable for foiling.
So this is a concept that you have seen working very
Yes.
well internationally, and
Absolutely.
you think that would work in Mangalore.
In Mangalore,
Yes.
yeah.
What are the other things like this that we've seen that are working very well in the international market that you think can be incorporated here in Mangaluru, and we can, increase our capacity or widen the scope of water adventure culture here?
Yeah, I think some of things what I've seen when I've traveled, globally, places like Australia, Bali, US, or some parts of Europe where surfing is very popular, is that they just have really good infrastructure on the beaches.
Yeah.
So like our beaches are very pristine, great. Clean beaches.
Yeah.
But what we need is a lot more infrastructure in the sense on the beaches and on the
Yeah.
coastline.
Yeah.
I think that will just draw more people to come to the beach and obviously get into surfing or any other water sport. Other thing I see is, there has to be collective effort in marketing or, in branding Mangalore as a place for these activities. Like Sri Lanka is a great example for how they really come up with campaigns and promotion to promote their coastline, which is very conducive for surfing and water sports and all that.
Yeah.
So even we could take some of these things and really start putting a lot of effort behind
Yeah.
promotion of Mangalore as a destination for
Yeah.
activities.
Yeah. Do you think that adding these activities as an optional in a curriculum would also add value to the growth of an individual in your schooling?
Definitely. I mean, there's no second thought on it.
Yeah.
Because first of all, ocean is a very healing
Yeah.
therapy for anybody,
Right.
from the kids to the older people.
Correct.
And getting the fear out of water, like
Yeah.
what we spoke all is
Yeah.
at the initial stage, if the schools have curriculum of kids coming into the ocean, learning about ocean life
Yeah.
and getting into the water,
Yeah.
will make a lot of difference.
Correct.
And we being in the coast would be good for schools to at least get the children out once a week to
Yeah.
the ocean, tie up with one of our schools and do some programs
Yeah.
related to water sports on ocean, beach cleanup,
Safety,
these,
yeah.
all this.
Have
So
you done
lifeguarding.
anything of this sort?
We have in fact done, but we've taken classes.
Okay.
We've had 2-3 schools from Bangalore with 30-40 kids
Okay.
who've come to Mangalore, stayed here for 4-5 days, done
Okay.
courses of surfing,
Yeah.
bodyboarding, and SUP.
Okay.
And basically the water, we teach them on water safety and all that.
Okay.
So we've done, and
What is the duration of that program?
so it was a 5-day course.
5-day program. And
5
what
days.
is included in that 5-day
It
program?
includes surfing, it
Okay.
includes your bodyboarding, SUP, and ocean safety.
We have a tie-up with Alvas,
Okay.
Alvas Education Institutions, where they're part of all our beach programs now.
Okay.
So every beach cleaning program we do,
Yeah.
they come and they participate in very big numbers.
Yes.
And also some of them are very interested to learn, pick up the sport,
Yeah.
and so on.
It is so great to have such huge communities, supporting this initiative, because it not just supports that small group, but with that, it is developing everybody else around it. So it's a big community, right? We have grown so much in the past 2 decades. Where do you see ourselves in the next 5-10 years down the line? Sure.
We will definitely have more people represent the Olympics from from Mangalore. That is my dream, to get more people represent the Olympics.
Ram, what do you want to add on to that?
I think even just last week we had a meeting with within SFI. What's going to be the roadmap. Even Government of India asked us, what's your thing for the next 5 to 10 years? So we said that we want India to be the top surfing nation in Asia, which is not going to be easy. But we are competing against the likes of Japan and Indonesia, or big surfing countries. So we want to be right there, up to their standard and levels. That's one. Secondly, we want to see more women and girls, and adaptive surfing has to be implemented. So as of now, this when we take surfing, we see a lot of younger men, boys who get into competitive surfing. We want to see more
What
girls.
is the proportion at this point?
When it comes to competitive surfing, it's almost 70-30 or 80-20.
Has that improved? You're saying 20 decades of experience, right?
Yeah.
In that process, has it improved?
It's improved. It's definitely improved. But what we want to see is more girls. We just want more women, girls taking up.
What are we
surfing
doing
sport.
about that?
So that is where we come in as an organization, as an association. How do we? So we want to start with this campaign which I have proposed called Surfing for All. Surfing for all is very inclusive. It's not just for men. It's just not for certain class of society. Surfing for All campaign will include people from across different classes of society, coming from any section.
Correct.
And gender equality.
Yes.
And adaptive surfing, which is for people who are differently disabled. Because under ISA, the International Surfing Association has a separate training program called adaptive surfing instructors. The instructors specialize in this particular course on how they can teach differently abled people in water, and they will have world championships for them. They have international events for differently abled.
And we have enough participation as well?
No, that is something we need to work on. So now this is the future. This is where we need to work towards. And few other things, like the wave pool technology coming in, creating more athletes.
Correct.
So all this is what we're looking for the future.
One thing that ocean has taught you, if I have to ask you that.
It's just peaceful.
Peaceful. Yes. All of us want that.
just peace. I mean, when I feel I need to be away, I go look at the ocean.
Wonderful.
That's
I think
just
it is very calming.
That's why I'm in Mangalore.
Look at that. That's why I do what I do, right? Ram, what is one thing that you believe is your greatest learning in this process?
If I look back and if I just put everything together, I think humility, I would say, because when you enter water, when you go surfing, the ocean doesn't care who you are.
Exactly.
There's no distinction or discrimination in the ocean. You could be the the CEO of a big company, or you could be just a fisherman guy. The waves are the same. The Mother Ocean doesn't see you as any different to who you are as a person. So I think that kind of really grounds you, makes you humble in life. You value humility.
It was wonderful catching up with both of you. Thank you so much, Chirag. Thank you, Ram. It was a pleasure to have you all and a pleasure to learn so much. So I'm looking forward to working with both of you. One is you guys need to make sure that I become a surfer by the next season at least. And it was great having a conversation. Let's together work towards making Mangalore a larger space for more people to come in and become surfers, paddlers, and utilize our facility over here.
Absolutely.
Thank you so much, Chirag.
Pleasure,
It was great
pleasure.
talking to
Thank
you.
you.
Ram,
Thanks,
it was
Amika.
great.
It was wonderful podcast.
Thank you.
The coastline is alive. The community is growing. The future of water adventure culture starts here. So don't just watch from the shore, jump in. Let's ride into the next tide together.